This week's topic was about ceremonial/tribute speeches. Ceremonial speeches can be about an important event or person that has taken place in your life, and which in return you are making a tribute about. I chose my best friend Holly Moran, who I've known since elementary school. Holly is 20 years old and the same age as me, in which we graduated the same class of 2015. We met in elementary school and we just hit it off and have been best friends since. I would like to take this opportunity to honor Holly for being with me through thick and thin. Holly has influenced many decisions in my life besides the fact that we have endured on many adventures together. Throughout life, you're lucky if you can make some decent friends that you keep in contact with. However, you're truly blessed if you can make a best friend that is with you every step of the way like Holly. An example of one of our many adventures is when we went to Lake Louisa State Park and had our first canoeing experience. Smile for the picture, Holly. Shutter noise. Okay, perfect. I just posted it on Instagram. A few minutes later, I stood up, beginning facing the same direction as Holly so we could be in sync while paddling back to the shore since we were in the middle of the lake at this point. At the very moment, the canoe began to wobble, and before we knew it, it flipped upside down and we were swimming in what looked like a black lake. Of course, we had car keys, phones, shoes, etc., all in the canoe at the time, and lost all of it. It was around 6:30 to 7, the sun was about to set, and we both had nothing except a long swim ahead of us. I tried standing up on top of the canoe, but when Holly got on, it began to sink. I kept telling her that I'm Rose and she's Jack from the Titanic, so we should just tread water until we got help. So we decided to eventually take the chance to just swim back to shore after the canoe kept sinking. We locked arms and began the journey back to shore without even thinking of what was potentially swimming beneath us. Once we arrived to shore, after what felt like an eternity, we got help and went back home to recuperate. Adventures, however, were just one of the many things Holly and I experienced throughout our friendship. As we began high school, Holly taught me the value of a friendship and what 50-50 really means. We entered high school telling everyone, including administration, we were brother and sister, which ended up working in our favor. We said this because we kept getting told we look alike, so we ran with it. During high school, everyone began to get their license and things got crazy. Everyone was asking for a ride or charging money for a ride. Holly, on the other hand, was there willing to give me rides regardless of the situation because I did not receive a car until my junior year. Once I was given a car, I made sure to be there and take care of Holly in the same way she had once done for me. The experiences we shared taught me what a person's intentions could really be. For example, I was so naive when it came to giving people rides and stuff. I would do it for anything. I wouldn't even ask for gas money. I even worked at Hollister, and I remember my senior year almost being late to work because of multiple occasions people would ask to get a ride home, and me, of course, willing to do it, wouldn't even worry about what time I'd be at work. During school, we would look out for each other, and not in a gossiping weird way like every other high schooler. We would help each other with school projects or homework, etc. I excelled in math and she excelled in reading, so we would switch subjects and help the other in which we could. This helped us pass multiple classes. With those being just a couple of the reasons as to why I feel so grateful for Holly, I then had the opportunity to realize how strong she really is. On February 8th, 2016 at 4 a.m., Holly showed up at my house with the most devastating news I had ever received. It was something that would change our lives forever in a way that we would never be strong enough to withstand. Holly's boyfriend of 5 years had unexpectedly been shot and killed. Broken into a million pieces, I was there trying to puzzle it all back together. I, of course, had on and off relationships throughout high school, but this was her high school sweetheart. She loved him with every ounce of love she had in her heart. From that point on, I made it my duty to protect and watch over Holly like a younger sister. Honestly, I was just trying to be there for her, as she had once been for me when I lost my grandma. She wasn't eating and wasn't interested in doing anything. I was sick to my stomach watching this happen, but I stuck by her side as a loyal friend would, and just made sure I was ready to listen whenever she wanted to talk about anything. I would surprise her with flowers and wine, whatever I could do to keep her mood better, but it was just what I was willing to do. Eventually, the funeral came, and Holly and I attended. It was like being on stage when we went. All eyes were on us, and of course, our entire town knew Holly and her boyfriend. He was a well-known quarterback on the football team. Holly and I were both nominated for senior superlatives, so everyone knew, and at that point in time, it made everything worse. Just like all of our experience throughout our friendship, we got through it. I can honestly say I probably wouldn't have known how to be there for Holly at that time if it wasn't for when she was there for me so many times ago. The most unexpected things will happen in life, but with a best friend like Holly, they're all things I can get through. No matter what type of obstacle our friendship faces, I believe we can get through it. I have learned from the many years of our friendship that Holly and I will always be there for each other no matter the situation or where we both are at the time. I truly am so grateful for someone who is there for me with school, my personal life, etc. I hope everyone can find their Holly in life because I know it made mine complete.